I want to turn our attention now to something else that's been in the news. There was quite a controversial story in the New York Times recently that talked about this trend, a very small trend, of women on Wall Street who are able to work the ridiculous hours demanded of them in the finance industry because their husbands stay at home. Deborah, you've been writing about sort of gender roles and gender issues for years and years. Was this something that was really a cutting edge phenomenon, or is this something that's just odd and unique for this one part of the economy?
You know, in the Sisterhood, Alyssa Strauss wrote that she's kind of sick and tired of the attention paid to this. This is really not the answer to the professional challenges women face in the workplace. And I really disagree with her perspective because I think it is a big part of it, just breaking down the assumptions. And women are at least as responsible for keeping these in place as men are. I remember so clearly when my oldest child, who's 19, was born, how many mommies in my mommies group would complain heartily about their husbands they couldn't go out, they couldn't even do the shopping, they had to be home to take care of the baby. And I would say gently as I could, why aren't you just kind of making him do it? Like, he's not going to do it unless you require it, expect it. And it's really our responsibility. So I think the kind of breakdown of the gender stereotype roles as parents in particular and as professionals is a very valuable and important thing. It's part of a trend. It's not brand new, not where we live, but you know, it's got a long way to go for sure.
I respectfully disagree and agreed with Alyssa's piece. I think that it's interesting to look at this, the implications of the roles being reversed, but I certainly don't see it as a scalable solution to help women compete in traditionally male-dominated professions. For one, not every woman has a partner who's willing and able to stay home.
That's key, right?
And not every woman has a partner, period.
Yes. And certainly not every woman is earning the kind of salary that makes it possible just to have a single salary earner in a family.
And the one thing I really took away from that piece is just how hard, given the culture of parenting today and given the culture of work, which may expect you to be online and available 24 hours a day, just how hard it is for families these days to have two parents who are working and rising and thriving in their careers, just how challenging that has become.
To me, the whole argument seemed a little funny and like very first world and very just like I can't.
Privileged.
I mean, very privileged. I couldn't really get into the issue. You know, the relationship between the husband and the wife is going to determine the kind of schedule that you work out between the two of you. It was hard for me to relate to the story in general.
I think for most Americans, it is a very privileged choice to be able
Right.
to make.